It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. The moment these NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Lee McNeil in on the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throw came out wide as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. They've got first down from the 31. They go play action with Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Lions the first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be first down, Detroit. Another one for Gibbs. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Caught near the goal line. And in for the Detroit touchdown. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fox now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Jones with the first, still going. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, here's Jones. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. This throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
I'm sure Coach, your play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, McCarthy. The back grabs it.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Jones will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. And with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and goal for McCarthy. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the defender comes away with it. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And the Lions get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, Goff. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Enough to Gibbs from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. Gets everything he has under this throw. That's grabbed inside the 30. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Fox now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. One quarter. Ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Stopped on the play by Zadarius Smith. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's going to push one deep down the right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Lions will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd and 8. Escapes out to the left. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
Goff on 3rd. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. The Lions readying for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On play action now, McCarthy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 41. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. They kick the running back in motion. Third and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
McCarthy throwing on fourth down. That's caught beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on fourth down and pick up the first. Now it's McCarthy. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. That's Carlton Davis. And the Lions are tackled on the return after taking the interception back to the 25.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
They're out and set. First and 10. Out of the shotgun. Goff. This is complete to Gibbs. Racing down the left side. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a 20-zip lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. Fox now to kick this one away. Brown with a return here. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down by DaRon Bland. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. It's the Vikings facing 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Going on 3rd, McCarthy. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Defense coming off that incompletion. Needs one more stop here on 4th. McCarthy to throw for it. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to go. Pass complete to Gibbs. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Dallas Turner there to bring him down.
I call this quarterback's best friends. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
He's got it near the 10. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Goff on 1st and 10. Pass it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions continue piling onto this lead. Fox now to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Lions get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing is gone. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Lions the 1st. Motioning him from the slot right. And he's brought down for a loss. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the gun, Goff. Cutting in the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third down, 1 yard to go. Throwing again, it's Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions get more points to end a lopsided first half. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions grow their lead yet again. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. And he's out a little short of the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Back to throw it. He's going deep. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Goff. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Goff working from the pistol. Into the hands of Gibbs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 41. Off play action, Goff. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
To throw again here, second and 10. It's gone. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Goff back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Brown with a return here.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Motion man right is Jefferson. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. McCarthy operating from the pistol. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10, McCarthy. Hockenson reels it in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Back to the air, McCarthy. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's Carlton Davis. And the Lions have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Has it in close. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And his short game gets them a new set of downs. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of a yard. Josh Metellus on the tackle.
Is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions parlay the interception into points. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions tack on 7 more to their lead.
Jeff Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Locates Jefferson along the sideline, complete. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. McCarthy to throw for it. He beams one deep right side. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the gun, Goff. He put everything he had into this one. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Vikings have the football at the 27-yard line. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
We're down to one. Second down now, 7 to go. On play action now, McCarthy. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, so this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Slot man motioned over. Third and long for him here. Jones reels it in. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And they'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 23. Short pass brought in. Has room into the secondary. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions running them out of the building. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Lions continue adding on to that lead.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Hits him on the out route. They gain 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Defense relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Man in motion, out of the slot. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And they pick him off again! Terrion Arnold has it. And he makes the next goal. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying again after the pick, McCarthy. That's complete inside the 35. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
McCarthy to throw it. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll run here with Jones. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
They'll run with Jones. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only manages one on the play, so that sets up 4th and goal from the 3.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. First down, didn't score. Second down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Now McCarthy. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with a touchdown. The Vikings making the scoreboard look a touch better. Riker there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings take 7 points off the deficit. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And no luck, the Lions there to recover. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
First down play, nets them 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. They motion the tight end over. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions authoring a blowout here. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Again, it's Gibbs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. They send the tight end in motion. Goff now on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home, but the test's only getting harder from here on out. So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.